What's up, everybody? In this fretboard method, we're going to be dissecting a nice, mellow, low gain, low to mid gain blues tone. Something really warm. Now, I have my SG, I'm in standard tuning. The backing track you just heard is in B. It's just a B12 bar. The first step I'm going to do to coming up with this mellow tone is to not use a pick. So here's with a pick. Has a lot of attack, but I want to hear my fingertips with this. I want to dull the edges. Every now and then it's really good to put the pick down and to play blues licks, you know, with just your fingertips. It's a great way to unlock some feeling into the sounds. Oftentimes you'll see blues players, you know, they'll put the pick in their mouth for a little bit, and then when the band really starts to go, they're gonna put the pick back in their hand. But for this, we're just gonna focus on no pick. If this is a new thing, try it. It's really fun. It kind of limits you and slows you down and just allows you to really focus on the notes and the space in between them and just kind of the tone. It's also way more dynamic than with a pick. Pretty cool. Now, the next thing on my SG, besides the no pick, is I'm on my neck pickup, and I have my volume all the way up, and I have my tone rolled back about 75%. So here's full blast tone. Now I'd probably want to bump the tone up once the band gets loud, and then maybe pick up my pick. But for this, I'm taking the tone knob. Remember, there's a reason why these are on here, and I'm backing it off to about 7 on my tone knob. So we'll say 70%, 75%. And that just kind of dulls it a little bit, gives it almost like a cocked wah sound. Again, here's full blast. Has a lot of high frequencies, which isn't a bad thing, but for this we want to back it off just a little bit. You don't want to go too far, because then it'll sound like this. I mean, that's cool, but I want it to just dull the edges a little bit. Now, next up, I'm going to show you a picture of my blues driver settings right now. I have the gain turned way down from what I normally have. It's at about 11 o'clock. Everything else on my blues driver is the same. You know, the tone knob is normally right there, and my volume is normally right there, but I have the gain on the blues driver turned down. I guess technically I could do my trick where the gain stays the same and I just do my volume knob, but I don't want to do that for this video. I want you guys to be able to mimic these exact sounds, because every guitar reacts differently with volume knobs. So if you have a blues driver, this is the exact setting I'm using. And then on my Princeton, which is what I'm plugged into now, we're going to go even further. I'm going to show you guys a picture of the mic that I'm using. So I'm not using an SM57 or a condenser or any other, you know, SM57 type dynamic microphone. I'm using a very warm ribbon mic provided by Stager Microphones. It's hands down my favorite microphone that I own. It's the SR66, and it is super warm. Another reason why I like this mic is because most ribbon mics in this style, they're a figure 8 pattern, so they're going to pick up the front, whatever's in front, and whatever's behind them. So it's getting more of like a warm 3D image of in front and behind. So it's picking up all the air that's blowing past the amp and creating a lot of depth to the tone. It doesn't work too well, you know, if it's like a tighter, higher gain sound, but for this bluesy sound, it definitely gets more of kind of the room ambience. Now, I have it about a couple inches from the Princeton. Now, looking at the Princeton, these are going to be the settings. I'll show you this picture right here. So basically, the amp is set clean. This is what it sounds like without the blues driver. Pretty warm. And then with blues driver on, just adding a little bit of grit. I love that blues driver. And my reverb on the Princeton is on 4 because I want a lot more depth to the tone. Since there's not a lot of gain I can hide behind, I'm making up for that depth with the reverb. Treble, I love all Fender amps. I love the treble on 6. It's just magic. And bass, I have backed off to about 4. You don't want to have too much bass when you're close miking an amp because of the proximity issues that can happen. You'll get way too much bass, and then you're not going to cut through a mix. You're going to eventually have to shave off a lot of the low end. So just a quick video on discovering a mellow, low gain tone that works great for blues, works great for jazz, for a more calm kind of pop atmosphere. And all I'm using is an SG. Really anything with humbuckers will do, and backing off the tone a little bit using my fingers and just a $80 Boss Blues driver, and I think it sounds pretty dang sweet. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have luck recreating this tone. Thank you.